It is open for the audience to ask the question on the basically how we can play, how as a youth, how we can play important role in this field of the climate change and risk reduction. Please.
Hello. 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 Sir, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. My name is Soham Ahuja. I'm from the Faculty of Social Work. My question is for Mr. Hardeep Desai. Sir, recently, in the few months and in the past few years, we saw an economic crisis going on in Sri Lanka. And one of the reasons stated for that was that the country's decision to totally switch to organic farming. So on one side, we talk about sustainable practices, but we cannot deny the kind of yield that we get from the artificial fertilizers and the other things. How do you think we can strike a balance in the future so that the country can also have a stable economic growth as well as a sustainable environment condition in terms of organic farming?
Yeah, I think for organic farming, the first thing is we'll have to focus on, one thing, trust. Trust in the, in the minds of customers who are investing in the project, and the trust in the minds of customers who are using the end products. So if the products is genuine, if the products, the organic products give traceability, end-to-end traceability from where it is coming, then obviously the consumer will also pay for that. The investor would also be happy to invest in. That is one thing. The challenge we have observed in organic, we also implement organic cotton programs. So we observed that it requires organic plus model actually. So if in the initial years there will be some decrease in the yield, but that gap you can bridge with the other initiative or other steps, like providing them support in terms of microfinance, helping them in growing intercrop or multi-cropping, so that through intercrops they can also have additional incomes. And also the other help, like forming of farmer producer companies that can leverage the marketing of the other produces, products produces by the farmers. So that is a multiple model, multiple initiative we'll have to take. So in any country, if we would like to focus on organic, then will have to ensure the trust at the entire level. And the traceability again is a crucial element. So nowadays, techniques are there in which we do the radioisotope mapping that can reflect you, that can give you the origin of the product, from where the product is coming. So that type of radioisotope mapping would also help. And we do have our trace bell, which are owned by Cotton Connect. So we give end-to-end traceability, on a barcode system. So if you scan that product, you will get the entire history of the product. So in short, for organic, we'll have to have the model in which where we can support farmers by giving additional prices, or by giving premium, or by giving extra mile support in terms of microfinance, health, or maybe water and sanitation, or social premiums, or maybe institutional building. So that model will have to evolve. Yeah.
Next question, please. Thank you, sir, for addressing this question.
Um, am I audible, please?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. I'm Abubakar Estoure from Sierra Leone. Um, of course, all of us knew that this planet, Earth, Mama Earth, is the only place that accepts life, where life exists. And climate change is a war against nature. We are fighting the earth as a human. So if we fight the earth is going to fight back.
Yes.
So in that way, what suggestion do you have, sir, in relation to industry? Now we are industrial age and digital age. Most of those products that we are making during the process, because of industrialization, we realize that we have the process, there is a pollution that is polluting the earth. So what suggestion will you bring to industries on how to remedy this? What is the suggestion towards the farming? You know, without food, we cannot survive. And we need food. And during the process of producing these foods, we need natures. We do destructions that affect our lives. What suggestion will you use to the farmers towards human being as a human, especially with the youth of tomorrow? We are the future leaders of tomorrow. And also, how will you think the world will be if we continue to destroy the nation? Or based on those products that we are using, after using them, we throw it away. The effect on them, what advice will you give to us as a youth? And
Right.
how we should take care of it? Thank you very much.
Okay. So, sir, I would request that to address this question, the food security. Yes, sir. Because you are working in the field of the farmers, so
So I'll put it in three ways. First is, suggestions for industry, what you have asked for. So for industries, I think most of the industries, if you talk about the, abroad market, then they are, very much towards the ethical supply chain. They have also taken the steps related to sustainability, and they are supporting farmers in, or the supply chain partners in one or other way. So that is there. Even if you talk about the, recent rules and regulation of European market, then you will come to know about the recent sustainability claims, rules related to sustainability claims. So there is an awareness, there is a sensitivity towards the ethical supply chain, there is sustainability towards corporate social responsibility. So business is trying at their own way. So I would put it that way. The other thing is regarding the farmers. We know that the agriculture is one of the contributor to the the climate change problems, as well as one of the possible solution provider. So the farmers, if we trained and inculcate vision among the farmers about the how the farmers are correlated to the, they are contributing to the climate change issues, then they will come to know that okay, there is a role for them, and we will have to train them, mobilize them in particular directions so that they can act, take easy steps. Like I can give one small example. See, if we see to larger picture or big target, then it would be difficult. But in order to understand the farmer psychology, we have just started a program which is known as One Farmer, One Tree campaign.
okay.
So each farmer will have to
Yes.
just plant one tree.
Thank you, sir.
And conserve.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you, sir. We'll take some few more questions over here. So please stick to 30 seconds only. The question for yes.
Hello. Yes. Good morning. I am Biramba from the Faculty of Science under the Department of Geography. Well, the professor talked about the Himalaya. And then the Himalaya, we all know climate change is a global issue, and then it has been a global problem. Still, we are posing, but we are yet to combat the problem. Now, looking at India, around the Himalaya, around the Crocus Range, now people living around the Himalaya, living in those life, that conditions, what is the Indian government doing, or what measures are they taking to make sure save those people in any recipe of disaster in the nearby future that may occur?
Okay, sir.
Uh, thank you very much. It is indeed a very difficult question to answer because climate change is changing Himalayan cryosphere, and there is the effect of that on the people living into those regions. So government of India, in collaboration with the state government, has different ways to mitigate some of the issues which has caused because of the climate change. Say, for example, if you look into the one issue, which is the seasonal snow started to melt early, and because of that, numerous springs have become dry. So there is a major program on rejuvenation of spring into the Himalayas so that spring can be rejuvenated. There's another problem is the glaciers are melting and there is no availability of water for the villages. So there is the idea of artificial glaciers or some ice stupa construction. So government of India has spent significant amount of money to create the ice stupas so that water is available to people during the rain period. I can go on and on, but looking at the time, I will stop here.
Sir, I would request the Gopal Ji Arya sir to do we have that any awareness program as such to control these activities? Because you are working in the Paryavaran Sanrakshan Gatibidhi, so I would request you to elaborate if you have any awareness program as such to directly control that.
बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है कि हमको क्या करना चाहिए इसके बारे में आपने बताया कि पर्सनली हम क्या कर सकते हैं। तो अभी एक बहुत अच्छा इनिशिएटिव हमारा शुरू हुआ है। उस इनिशिएटिव का नाम है एक पेड़ देश के नाम। लेकिन उस एक पेड़ देश के नाम में हमको पेड़ नहीं लगाना है और पैसा भी खर्च नहीं करना है और समय भी नहीं करना है। ये एक अलग प्रकार का कैंपेन है, पूरे साल चलने वाला है। उसका क्या प्रभाव होगा मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कि हम अपने घर में सीड लगाना है, सोइंग टू ग्रोइंग, ये इस कैंपेन का नाम है। कि हमने अपने घर में बीज लगाना, बीज को 1 साल तक छोटा बड़ा करना, क्योंकि हमको जब तक उसके प्रति एम्पैथेटिक नहीं होंगे, नेचर के प्रति, उस पेड़ के प्रति, 1 साल जब वो बड़ा हो जाएगा तब हम नेक्स्ट ईयर उसका वृक्षारोपण करेंगे। ये बीजारोपण से वृक्षारोपण एक बहुत बड़ा कैंपेन है। मैं अभी कल ही आ रहा हूँ, मैं कोल्हापुर से आ रहा। कोल्हापुर में वहाँ पर उन्होंने इसको शुरू किया। आपको आश्चर्य होगा, केवल कोल्हापुर शहर के अंदर 20,000 हाउसेज में, घरों में, और वहाँ की एक कॉलेज और यूनिवर्सिटी है, उन्होंने 10,000 स्टूडेंट्स ने इस बात की ओथ ली है कि हाँ, हम अपने घर में सोइंग टू ग्रोइंग का एक कैंपेन लेंगे। जब इस प्रकार का कैंपेन एम्पैथी के साथ में बढ़ेगा तो मुझे लगता है कि जो नेचर के प्रति एक सोचने का दृष्टिकोण और एक लगाव उत्पन्न होगा। ये कैंपेन पूरे देश में 1 साल चलने वाला है। ऐसा मुझे लगता है कि ऐसे अभियान में हम सब लोग भी रहेंगे और कॉलेज और यूनिवर्सिटीज में हम इको क्लब्स के द्वारा स्टूडेंट्स का पार्टिसिपेशन करके कौन सा इको क्लब इसको अच्छे से कर पाएगा उसके लिए सोच।
Thank you, sir. So, especially plantation with the basically including all the three pillars of the sustainability. The sir is trying to point out that economically it should be economically viable, it should be environmentally friendly, and social involvement should be there, and benefit to all the people should be there. So all the three pillars of the sustainability sir is trying to include. It's not because it's only plantation. Sir is saying. Sir is saying including all the perspective of the sustainability. Thank you, sir. So we'll take a few more questions. Yes. Yes, please.
Hello, sir. My name is Monarch Bhatt. Sir, my question is for Dr. Kulkarni. So recently, India has found almost 5.9 million tons of lithium reserves in Jammu Kashmir. So, sir, there will be mining, and we know that the mining is one of the most destructive industries. So, sir, how this will affect the Himalayan glaciers, and how the concept of sustainability can be introduced in the sector of mining?
Yes, sir.
Any development, if you take, no matter what you do, there is going to be some amount of disturbance to the nature. And that is how the climate change issue started, because after the industrial revolution, you have enormous amount of dumping of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, leading to the climate change. So how sustainable it is? So if we are going to do the lithium mining, then how much energy we need to produce that lithium, and how much benefit societies will take because of converting that lithium into the battery. Then when you transport that battery to highly polluted city like Delhi, Bangalore, or Ahmedabad. So how much benefit it brings to the community needs to be studied and worked out. So I'm sure as of now, this brings a overall reduction into the emission of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So it will be beneficial for society in a totalistic view. If you look into the local reason, it is quite possible that there might be some disturbances, but nation as a whole will be definitely benefited because of this.
Okay. So we have many questions over here that cannot be addressed at this platform. So I would request you to join during the lunch, and then you can have that discussion. Okay, we can have that one more question. I would request you to ask within 30 seconds. Don't take much time.
Good afternoon,
Hello.
sir. This is Pooja Bagmar from South. As sir, I have a question. I'm an urban planner. COP27 addressed on 1.5 degrees Celsius of temperature to be not risen. So at the same time, can we do economical growth by keeping a mind in environmental growth too? Both can go to hand in hand, and what you address for a youth to take a decision on. Thank you.
Kulkarni sir, if you can address this question. Sir.
Yeah, there's always economic price to pay when are trying to uh, develop energy or use energy which is of sustainable in nature or renewable energy in nature, because the cost of um, generating renewable energy is quite higher if we incorporate all components of generating that than the conventional one. Easiest way and cheapest way is always coal, but we know that we have placed a heavy price for utilization of coal, so we need to move. That means society has to, if it has to become more sustainable over a period of time, we have to choose the option which is expensive to us, and it is going to affect the development. It is no doubt about that. But how much compromise we can do as a society for long-term benefit, some sacrifices in the short term is necessary for the generation. If we don't do it, next generation will be much bigger sufferer. We didn't realize, our ancestors, our past didn't realize what they are doing. So there's a give and take, it is going to happen. And this is for a societies to make those compromises. And I think it is worth compromising for little bit for present, so that future can be bright for our next generation.
Thank you, sir.